first of bronze medal matches in the under 48 kilo category. That features Maria Silero of Portugal. She's up against Noah Minska of Israel. It's a very warm welcome to former world champion Loretta Kusakdor.
Thank you very much, Sheldon. And yes, we're coming to the bronze medal final, and one of 6 possibilities of a medal for Israel. And highest on the rank, as you can see, age 20 and 23, very little in it, but a lot of experience between them.
Vladimir Nitsubidze is the referee in the middle for this one. He's going to get things off. There's a flashy entrance that the athletes have to come through for this one. Yeah,
and there you have Minska just coming in looking very solemn as well, in that zone, as we would say.
It's rather like one of those fancy nightclubs that you might find in the West End of London or Paris or something.
It's actually sounded like a nightclub for a wee while, for about half an hour, with the music belting out, but you could hardly hear yourself think, well, these young ladies are definitely up for it. Sidrot, in the Youth Olympic Games back in 2014, took the gold medal, 3 European Cup medals, and the latest one, a 5th in Tbilisi this year, Grand Prix. And Minska, a little bit more experience. Grand Slam Baku, a bronze medal in Dusseldorf, also a bronze medal, and last year Grand Prix Zagreb in 2016 took the silver. So on paper is the stronger, and the team for Israel have been very, very strong and consistent throughout the day. So it'll be interesting to see how they compete here in this bronze medal final.
I wonder which version of Sidero we're going to get in this bronze medal contest. She can be exciting, or at times a little bit frustrating, and she frustrated her coach this morning when she lost that contest that put her down into the bronze medal match. She was 16 seconds away from a win and then gave up a Shido with a force attack. So that left him speechless.
Very frustrated indeed. A lovely Sianagi there, straight in. Wazari scored. Sidero really in trouble there with Wazari now down. Still got 2 minutes 45 seconds left in this contest. Still plenty of time to come back, but she is up against a very tough opponent.
Just the single score at the moment. Sidero not out of it.
Well, this is totally dominated by Minska. As you see, working her way into the Niwaza, looking for an opportunity on the Shimiwaza, but Sidero just keeping very tight down there.
Sidero a little bit, there's not a lot coming out of her at the moment. She still appears to be blinded by those lights from the entrance when she came in, maybe. Bit of a shock.
Well, it is a different sort of stage presence here, isn't it? Much, much different than what we've seen in the previous Grand Prix. Very spectacular, but how friendly is it towards the athletes themselves, coming in where it's quite dark and then the lights hit you? Overwhelming for maybe some athletes with very little experience.
It's the big time. They're on the big stage. I remember it was a little bit like that at the World Championships in Rotterdam, when it was completely dark outside and just the mat was lit up. We kind of moved away from that. There's a chance.
Well, the legs are all
just got the leg
trapped up,
entangled.
But very difficult for her to get out of that position.
Still 1:13 to go. You know, Sidero comes up with a score here, and the whole thing could look a lot different.
it's going to be difficult. Minska, like most of the Israeli athletes, are very well prepared for this tournament and many of the other events that we've watched. Very strong, very fit, and they like to take control, command control in their contest. Very difficult to keep up at that pace.
Minska came off second best in the head-to-head with her teammate Shira Rashoni. That's what's put her in this bronze medal contest. We'll see Rashoni in the final, but
it's a very poor drop there from Minska. Really not necessary, especially when you're looking under the minutes left.
That's 2 now.
So one more would result in a hand sokimaki, and we've seen that in previous matches earlier on today, that someone just threw it away at the end. An attempt of a drop CO.
Yeah, she had a second stab at it that just made it look that little bit better. It was that just falling to her knees that was slightly unattractive. She needed to be bringing her opponent with her first rather than going to your knees and then trying to bring her.
Yes, and again, Minska's just done another drop, and she's got to be ever so careful with that drop.
As the Portuguese coach just being asked to tone it down a little bit. He's obviously overstepped the mark by just pushing that little bit too much with his encouragement for his fighter. Last few seconds then. One big attack.
Well, as you can see, Minska with the... There is another drop, and it's such a poor drop. And this is so dangerous. She was under pressure.
Yeah, she was looking to just bail out of that.
And the drop COE again. Sidro keeping the pressure on. Well, Minska was very, very lucky, I think, with that last drop. She dropped under pressure, complete pressure, which normally would result in the hand sokimaki, the Shido being awarded and hand sokimaki given. So it's something to reflect when she goes back and revisits this match again.
Well, she was on the receiving end of one earlier today herself, where she had 2, but got the drop and she got done. So maybe she's asking, and her coach is saying, well, how come it worked out that way? They don't want to give a penalty. They don't want to give a penalty, and it's got to be absolutely blatant, and you win some, you lose some. Noa Minska takes this particular contest, but she too was flirting with danger with that last attack there. She did, however, come up with the single score. Here it is again. Well, Noa Minska kick-starts the Israeli push for a bundle of medals in this final block. She takes the first bronze medal of this final block. Right, coming up next, Aisha Gabanli of Azerbaijan faces Sabina Giliazova of Russia. Gabanli in the white judogi, Giliazova of Russia in blue. Giliazova had a little bit of a sore arm after her last contest, I think. She just hung on a little bit too long. Gabanli has thrown beautifully for Ipan earlier on. So let's see where the force
is. You can see with the statistics, they're very, very evenly matched, aren't they? They've never had a head-to-head.
Jean-Jacques Ruska is the referee in the middle for this one. Focus time for Giliazova. I think she must be the number 4, 5, or even the 6 under 48 kilo category on the Russian ranking list.
Well, she looks very confident coming onto this mat. You see her there in the corner, just warming up. She looks definitely ready for this contest. Gabanli looking a little bit nervous out there, facially, but we'll just see how it all pans out now.
Just trying to break that initial strong grip up of Giliazova. managed to get in a reasonable attack, and that did the job, got rid of that strong right arm from the Russian. I like Gabanli.
She's very upright, very strong. And that right hand lapel grip as she turns that shoulder in makes it very powerful. And as you've got that drop Sianagi, the shoulder coming in, drawing over, scoring
on the board. Yeah, on the board. And there haven't been many, top flight fighters from Azerbaijan on the female side.
No, that's true. She's had a great performance throughout the day, but very, very powerful. But what I like about her, she just takes the time, great composure. And it is all about her pace. But they're throwing in, the Russian comes in with that Osota off at the side.
Right through her then, wasn't she?
Caught off a sort of a blind spot there for Gabanli. Again, very strong grip. Gabanli comes in for the drop, but there's the mistake. She tries to come out. She dropped in and tried to spin back out under a bit of pressure, left herself wide open, and that could have cost her. And there it is, the Wazari getting caught.
Well, Rada obviously had a look at that.
No, it should be on the other side.
Yeah, they'll change that. It's just the scoreboard operator being a little bit overexcited. I had a look at that and decided it was worth Wazari for the counter. Now
you've got the Russian there with that really strong grip. She's starting now to settle into this contest. It was a bit of a shaky moment right in the first 30 seconds, but now you're starting to see a little bit more of the settled athletes here. She picks up her first Shido, but still, it's a better pace that she can have time to think.
Gilyazova, having gone over once to that Marote Sernagi, is wise to it, but also wary of it.
Also to Makakomi,
that's
but
okay, yeah, she's trying to... and Gabanli, she's not going to work it out in this contest, but she's got to find a combination where that Marote Sernagi is the first part.
Yes.
Because, Gilyazova is reacting to it, but there's nothing coming in the other direction.
And Osota right off the side again on that. That's a weak point. That's the Achilles heel for Azerbaijan. Yeah. She's just caught every time on the Osota, but takes it out to the side.
Gabanli looks as though she's got a good shape for the Uranagi if she gets a chance. Wants to get close,
Very, very close. But again, Gabanli has got a nice grip again, very strong.
Minute 13, plenty can happen. Go either way, this one.
He's over there. It's really now piling on the pressure. You can see that right hand high collar. Gabanli picks the next Shido up, so it's one apiece. As we said right at the beginning, this was going to be a very close match. They're very evenly matched. But I just think now the Russian is starting to move into second gear. She's now she's settled in. She got a little bit of a shock right at the beginning with that score. Unsettled her, but now she's really on the attack. And there's the shimmy waza there, and the referee sees it.
She's had to tap out, yeah.
A great win. Gilyazova, that was just perfectly timed and just accelerated up.
Got knocked over early on, but after that she pulled herself together, picked up the tempo, drew the passivity penalty from Gabanli, and then overpowered her in the end.
She kept her composure, she didn't panic. It was very, very rocky to start, and it was a little bit of a wake-up call for her. The drop Sianagi there, carried on rotating, driving through. Now that could have been the real turning point. shimmy
Yeah,
was
it's already
straight
on.
in. Yeah, it was there. A nice bit of transition.
Ooh.
Well, there's
Where was
no
the
argument
chin?
to that.
You know, I mean, just no defence there. Yes, you want to be putting that chin on there, making it hard to get the hand in or keeping some pressure there, but there was nothing. 5th place is not a bad result for
No,
Gabanli,
definitely.
but a good medal for Ilyasova. We come now to the final of the under 48 kilo category. Otkonsetsi Galbadrak of Kazakhstan, the number 1 seed, faces Shirin Rishoni of Israel, the number 2 seed. It's Galbadrak in white, Rishoni in blue.
Well, like you say, it's the number 1 and number 2 seed here in the final. Rishoni just seen her teammate pick up the bronze medal, and she'll be definitely wanting to set her sights on this gold here today. Galbadrak, 25 years of age. Results that we had, she's 3rd in the Olympic Games in Rio and in Abu Dhabi Grand Slam, a gold medal, and also in Paris.
And those are all for her, not newly adopted, but adopted Kazakhstan. Before that, she had a mountain.
Oh, when we looked at the results at one stage, it was a bit confusing because the results were starting from, well, back from 2014, and at that time 5 Grand Prix medals. So there's a long depth of being in this position in these finals. So she's no stranger for being on this stage. Rishoni, 26 years of age, ranked 13 in the world ranking. Grand Slam in Baku, picked up a bronze medal, and Paris Grand Slam also a bronze medal. Once again, 2 very experienced athletes out there in this final.
I suppose it's always the case, you know, that the number 2 is going to be seen as the challenger, the one to have to make something happen. You know, the number 1, well, you've got to take their spot. But it's not just like that on paper. It's like that on the tatami.
No, very, very different.
Galbadrak really is, you know, looking very comfortable.
Well, she's taken her time here. She's just looking for that opportunity of gaining the best possible grip that she can get. As you can see, Rishoni very, very tight, apprehensive, just doesn't really want to engage. Both of them now going to pick up a Shido because they haven't gripped up yet.
Just came at the wrong time. Just as they both went to grip, they got the Shido. It was unfortunate. Anyway, it's on the board now. It appears to have done the trick, and they're now gripping up.
Galbadrak now looking for the Newaza opportunity. She's quite an aggressive sort of fighter here. She draws her opponent down into the ground. Sadly, with that much aggression and force into the Newaza, didn't actually follow up with any groundwork. A lovely lift there. Oh, yes! For a little 48 kilo player, what a wee powerhouse.
Well, it
She
was the
comes
lift
in
off there, wasn't it?
Oh, it was definite lift now. Under the tummy there, as you can see, rotates her opponent.
Just missed the leg that would have trapped.
Just needed to follow it through, yeah. Shows you how powerful. She lifted up onto that hip, using the knee to accelerate it even higher. Just lost a little bit of control as she was going over.
Harborelli.
That kept us on the edge of her chair there.
Minute 20 odd to go. Missed that little Yoko Otoshi. Too far away.
Well, it's definitely an exciting match here. Rishoni has picked up 2 Shidos, one more. Lovely Sutemi Waza there. Once more an aggressive action down into the Niwaza. Doesn't follow it through though. But always leaves a mark on her opponent. Shoni there with that right hand lapel grip, trying to pull her opponent onto her, fails to do so, and that was a very poor drop. She was lucky not to pick up that 3rd Shido for it.
Gone now.
But now we've got the Osakomi tied up very nicely.
Tatisho Gatami, she's just lost the top half. What's going on there?
Just didn't secure it.
You know, if you're going to lose something, it normally comes from the legs getting trapped or whatever, but you know, the top half in there, you must get that. Single score on the board will be enough though.
Well, this contest has really all been about Galbadrak. Rishoni really hasn't had any opportunity. She comes out with a desperate attack there as she lunges forward, drops onto her knees. Again, a very poor, desperate attack out here. But full credit to this young Israelian that she never gave up until the bell went.
Otgon Setse Galbadrak of Kazakhstan takes the first of the gold medals in this final block, overcoming Shira Rishoni of Israel. A spirited effort, but for me just a little bit cagey at times. You know, there are a few moments when she looked to try something, but just a little bit too respectful of the opposition there, to be honest. Number 1 overcoming number 2. Just down on the side there. Russia, and who's it that took the second of the bronze medals then? Israel, was it? Yeah.
Yes.
Israel, yeah, they took the first, then it's the Russian, and now the Kazakh. Right, coming up next, the first of the bronze medal contests in the under 60 kilo category. Viyara Amatufshin of Mongolia faces Jagvadosh Ambold of Mongolia. It's a head-to-head with the 2 Mongolians going at it.
Well, this will be an interesting match. Both number 1 and number 2 seed. Vairara, world champion, junior world champion back in 2015, in World Junior Championships 2015 took a bronze medal, and in 2014 also a bronze medal. So a good junior career. And still only 20 years of age.
Well, by the time
Very impressive.
by the time they get to 23 and a half, it will be Tokyo. So they've got that long.
And then looking at another games after that.
To
possibly
sort out who it is. Yeah, they don't last long in Mongolia. You know, you get 2 chances maximum.
Well, the depth of athletes they've got one after another, haven't they? They've got a real production line of strong athletes coming through all the time.
Just wondering, I say you get, 3 goes at it. I'm just wondering whether Sagan Bata had 3 bites at the cherry.
Bayara, they're picking up the second Shido, and still 2 minutes 40 seconds left in this contest. A long way to go, and already 2 Shidos.
Got turned.
Oh, lovely turnover there. Scorner Wazari now looking for the Niwaza, the Osakomi. Hasn't tied up the upper part of the body successfully. But still, the threat there is the 2 Shidos. Uchimata, lovely counter over the back, following through. Javagdoj there, the drop Sianagi.
Yeah, I made a mistake when I said that the Mongolians normally only get 2 bites at the cherry. Hashbata Saganbata had 3 bites at the cherry. He did Athens, Beijing and London. And he was well on course to go to Rio as well.
12 years at that level is an amazing feat. Because each time you're looking at qualifying.
60, 66, 73 and 81 he fought at internationally. A bronze medalist at the Olympic Games in Athens at 60 kilos and then all
Moving
the way
up
up.
each weight category.
World champion at 66, Paris Grand Slam gold medal at 73. I mean, it's just busy boy, and this pair are following in his footsteps. They're kicking off at 60 kilos. I mean, they may hang around there for a while. Right-sided effort almost got countered, but with that single score, I think Bayara is going to do it. Go ahead.
What's so interesting about this match, both of them are so desperate to win this bronze medal. There's no love lost between these two. They really are going for it. And sometimes you look at 2 athletes from the same country and it's a little bit of a stalemate. Because they know each other so well, but it's very open and it's very exciting, and a lot drop Sianagi.
Well, 2 scores at the end for Bayara Amaturshin as he overcomes his teammate Javagdoj Ambold. Sorts out the bragging rights, at least for this competition.
Definitely just for this one.
Let's have a look at the highlights from this one as Bayara leaves the tatami. Right, we've got the second of the bronze medal contests in the under 60 kilo category coming up now. Ahmet Şahin Kaba of Turkey faces Yang Yung-wei of Chinese Taipei. It's Kaba in the white judogi, Yang in blue.
As you can see, slight difference there. 40 wins for Kaba, 23 years of age. His opponent is 19. Hirataka Okada, world champion in his own right. Now an international IGF referee. Very interesting to see that. Kaba representing Turkey, as you see in the white gi, just coming into the arena. 2016 the Grand Prix, Samsun took the silver medal. Back in 2014 in Zagreb Grand Prix, a silver. And Yang with one Grand Prix bronze medal under his belt, junior Asian champion, still only 19 years of age.
Big ask for the young man.
It's a lot of experience on home grounds for Kaba. He's got to be the top favourite here for this bronze medal.
Let that slip there. You know, there's some people on the ground you can't give that chance to. They're not going to miss out, but Kaba not as tight as he should have been. Should have made more of that opportunity. Yay.
Kaba there dropped under his opponent. A little bit of a messy finish to that drop. Lost a little bit of his way there. Very strong left-handed grip as that hip pushes forward, drawing his opponent down to his knees. Yang picks up the first Shido. Yang stepping through with that drop Sianagi there. Well, this crowd is all the way supporting Kaba. A massive fan base here with the Turkish flags flying. Well, it's a strong attack.
Just get the feeling that Kaba's looking for a big finish. You know, he's measured everything that he's done. He's not been excited. He hasn't rushed into anything. And you know, maybe there isn't going to be a big finish here. You just want to win.
Yes. Well, Yang's picked up his second Shido. He's got a great grip there.
That's better.
And that was looked like a score there.
Yeah, yeah.
No, what I thought it was Yang's. He turned it over at the end. Stepping across there. Yang looking for the Niwaza. Volkova taking a comfortable lead now with Zari, and 1 minute remaining in this contest.
And now he can afford to work a little bit on the ground. He's got a lead. It's Yang's turn now to try and do something on the ground, but time running out. Just got to keep his head up here, Cabra. He doesn't want to give up.
We've still got a long way to go.
Yeah, exactly.
45 seconds left. You can't afford to just hold on to this score. Young's piling on the pressure now.
Very little time left now for Yang to come up with something.
Well, he's desperately trying. He's really piled the pressure on here with but 7 seconds to go, even for Kaba to pick up the next Shido. Still hasn't got enough time to come back into this contest. And the bronze medal goes to Kaba, to the delight of this supporters club out here. Well rehearsed cheerleaders.
It's never the most attractive technique, that turnover. But what it shows is that Yang's initial technique has failed because Kaba is able to turn him.
Yes.
You know, I've never liked that, but it's one that scores. And Kaba it is who used it effectively. He picks up a second penalty at the end, but it doesn't matter. As Ahmet Shahin Kaba picks up a bronze medal for Turkey. Let's see if we can get the highlights here.
This where it was, the Uchimata tried to do the Makikomi and it was overstepped for a counter. As you can see here, stepped right over the other side, scoring a Wazari.
There's a nice look here of Yang attempting to turn onto his front.
Yes.
If you're doing a makikomi, you're looking to go the other way.
Yes, complete opposite.
Because you're in control. But because he knows he's been taken over, he's trying to turn back this way. That gives the game away.
Yes.
You know, if you've wrapped your opponent up, you want to be rolling on top of him. He's trying to roll back onto his front. We come now to the final of the under 60 kilo category. Guzman Kyrgyzbayev of Kazakhstan faces Bekir Ozlu of Turkey. It's Kyrgyzbayev in the white judogi, Ozlu in blue.
World ranking is very, very close, but there's a lot of experience with Ozlu. And he's obviously got to be the favourite on home grounds. He's the number 4 seed in this competition.
And look at who he's beaten. Jagvaldorj, Kaba and Gadzhiev this morning, the Russian. So
Yes.
3 good fighters he's had to get past. I think the force is going to be with Bekir Ozlu.
Well, last year in Samsun he took the gold medal. Last year the gold medal and the bronze medal in Düsseldorf, and also a Grand Prix silver medal in Havana. And a very impressive track record, but it's on home grounds, and with this support behind him, and already been last year in a final here, there's no stranger of knowing how this all feels. Oh, well, that could have been the biggest upset here of the day.
A little bit loose, wasn't he, Ozlu?
Very, very loose.
He nearly paid the price for that. Almost got picked up.
Well, he's had some really tough, Ozlu has had some very tough matches on his way to this final, and this will have been very tasking, but a lovely Uchimata follows it through. So close. Very dynamic entry there for the Uchimata, having everybody up off their seats. Again, Kazakhstan takes his opponent's right sleeve, Ozlu's right sleeve, which is, but his ashi was as superb, the timing of them. Well, Ozlu's not really having this all his own way, he's under a bit of pressure here. Throws that right hand high, and that's the strength behind his attacks. If he can keep that. Attempting the Uchimata. Well, you just sense something's just about to happen here. There's a lot. The judo is very open. Both athletes are creating some great opportunities for themselves.
I think Ozlu is a little bit shell-shocked, isn't he?
Well, he seems to be.
That Kyrgyzbayev has given him such a good run for his money.
Well, Kyrgyzbayev is very dangerous because he's very open and he's attacking from all different angles. Where Ozlu, you can actually feel and see what his next move is. It's like a big message to say, here I'm coming. And what's given him the advantage is the experience and a very strong right-handed grip when he gets it. But Kyrgyzbayev is attacking at various different angles, and his ashiwazas are very dangerous.
Gives the impression, Ozlu, that he's really tired. Always looks tired.
The head looks down a little bit, and
mouth open, breathing heavily. You know, he just got dragged around there, didn't he?
He's had a real tough run up to this final, though. He's been challenged a few times here. He's performed well, though, but he has had some challenging moments, and where it's gone to time and into golden score, so that would have taken a lot out of him today. But Kyrgyzbayev looks very strong. He's young. He's just ragging him all over the place. He's just desperate to come in here. There's no score, and what's interesting, there's no shidos either. So both are really open. Both are attacking all the time.
Very little left in the tank now for Bekir Ozlu, I'm afraid. If I was driving that car, I'd be looking for a petrol station about now because he's running out quickly.
Well,
why didn't he go through with the Koso Takaki?
Toshi there. Good to see Toshi for Oslo. There was a little moment that he was going downhill and accelerated without petrol for a little bit.
Yeah, he was that. I mean, there was the Kyrgyzbayev had a chance with the Koso Takaki. He didn't follow it through.
His Ashiwazas have been good, but like you say, on every occasion he's come in, they've been strong attacks, but he's not followed through on them.
Kyrgyzbayev looks the more likely to score, doesn't he?
He looks strong out there,
and
but he doesn't seem to have a finish, though. He's showing so much, but not finishing. It's like Uchikomi out there for him.
There's a sharpness missing with Kyrgyzbayev on a couple of occasions when we've seen flashes of an opportunity. He hasn't been able to, he hasn't sensed that.
He's sharp in the entry, he looks fit in the entry, but what he doesn't have is that completion. He's just half in and half out.
And the awareness of when Oslo is open for that attack.
And Oslo, it's all or nothing. He's in all the time, and he tries to finish it even. Oh!
Yeah, well, that'll do,
yes.
It's enough.
Beautifully done. But again, what we said, the Ashiwazas, they were there, the threat. He was open. He was dangerous. His feet were so dangerous right from the beginning.
And as you quite rightly said about the completion, it wasn't the super finish, but there was so much in the first part that when Oslo realised I'm going over here, he couldn't get off it. He was already flying by the time that he realised, oh, hang on, something's gone wrong here. By that time, he was on his way down. He managed to get to his side, but he couldn't get off the technique. Guzman Kyrgyzbayev is the gold medalist.
Do you know, that was a very exciting final. A very exciting final.
I enjoyed that.
So many opportunities throughout that contest. Kyrgyzbayev was always threatening. Like we said, didn't seem to have that real finish, but can't fault that at all. As you can see, Kosota. Oh.
Well, he
just at the exchange of grip that was.
Yeah, he had a chance earlier on and he missed it.
Yes.
When it came that time, didn't miss out.
Yeah, it was in the second minute when he did the Kosota, and that was the first time he said that's where he's going to be dangerous. The Ashiwazas were good, but he showed it, but he didn't follow through with it. Lovely.
Right, I think we've got the awarding ceremony for the women in the under 48 kilo category coming up now. The bronze medals go to Sabina Gilyazova of Russia, and to Noah Minska of Israel. Silver medal goes to Shira Rishoni of Israel. And the gold medal goes to Otgon Setsig Galbadrak of Kazakhstan. the national anthem of Kazakhstan.
Thank you very much. Çok teşekkürler. Family picture with VIP. Şimdi de aile fotoğrafı sergilesi.
Time enough for a photograph. We'll have a look at the medal placings, and then we'll be back with the first of the bronze medals in the under 52 kilo category. Gilyazova of Russia, Minska of Israel took bronze medals. Rishoni the silver, but the gold medal went to Galbadrak of Kazakhstan. Okay, we've got the first of the bronze medal contests in the under 52 kilo category coming up now. Nazakat Azizova of Azerbaijan faces Merv Tas of Turkey. It's Azizova in the white judogi, Tas in blue, and the referee in the middle for this one is Sharon Landstreet of the United States of America. Loretta.
Well, again, they're very closely matched, and it'll be a very interesting match. This has been quite an interesting weight category. We've got the two top seeds both in the final. Task, outstanding performance throughout the day. Just was challenged quite a bit in a couple of the rounds and looked very tired towards the end, and which resulted her going into the bronze medal, the repechage, and now into the bronze medal final. She's got a wonderful Uchuchimata, but obviously for Turkey, they'll be hoping for a bronze medal here in this weight category.
Well, as long as this doesn't go too long, then I think Merv Tas is probably, favourite. But she's had a tough day, as you say. We have now had the break as well, a couple of hours, so maybe she's recovered sufficiently well, and irrespective of the length of time that the contest takes, she's going to prove the stronger of the two.
Azizova defeated Kozmaz of Turkey in the first round, then lost to Cohen in the second round, which then put her into the repechage. So she's had time to get over a defeat. Has lost in the semi-final. Krasniki, the number 2 seed of this competition. It really has been challenged and had some tough matches to get into that semi-final.
Neither fighter able to come up with a score as yet.
And again, a very slow attack there. Taz came in with that Ochuchimato, but so
countered.
slow you could actually see it coming. Didn't take much for Azizova to anticipate her next move, and scored a Wazari with that counter.
Again, another one of those pull downs, isn't it? That's sufficient enough to say, I've blocked your effort, and now I'm going to take it over. And that's what's happened. Azizova is on the board. Oh. She won't get on the board for that one, but that was pretty close.
Oh, she comes through now, trying to rotate her opponent over. Piling the pressure on Taz. Well, Taz still looking very tired. I don't think she's really recovered in the first 3 rounds. A minute and a half left in this contest.
Quite a long time for Azizova to hold on.
Azizova there takes the grip, but Taz comes through with that arm, looks very dangerous, but just collapses.
Chance for the roll here. She
What a lovely turnover
yeah. Oh,
there.
Saikomi. Oh, she missed out.
Just lost it, needed to sit back on that. Just lost it, all that work, but again she's still persevering with it.
There's the chance,
and that's it. The head needs to go down. She has to keep. Now she controls that leg and also keeps the weight on to the head.
Oh, she's had to tap out. That was terrific work from Nazakat Azizova. Really terrific work.
Well, she dominated it right from the beginning. And a well-deserving bronze medal goes to Azerbaijan.
Oh, well, well.
Well, Taz, she's had a tough innings all the way through. Every match has been challenged, and she's really pushed it to a limit in every round. And just this round was just the one too many.
Well, you know, we talk about where the strengths are in various countries, and there's no secret that, you know, the Azeri women are not in the top flight. But that little piece of Newaza there just gives an indication.
It was special, wasn't it? Very special.
At a certain level, you know, they're able to compete. It's not the top Turkish fighters either. You're not going to roll over the top Turkish fighters like that. But it was a neat bit of work.
Yes.
And good luck to her. Yeah. Right, we've got the second bronze medal contest coming up now. Ariel Bezalel of Israel, beg your pardon. Ariel Bezalel of Israel faces Diora Keldiyorova of Uzbekistan. That's Bezalel in the white judogi, Keldiyorova in blue. Frank Dirch is the referee in this one, and here is Loretta Kusak-Doyle. Keldyurova has got a real move on.
Oh, she's marching in there.
Yeah, she's halfway up the arena and the coach is struggling to keep up with her.
Back in 2015, World Cadet Champion.
Shani Hershko, the Israeli coach, takes his seat. Well, there's another chance for one of the countries who's not really considered to have super duper women's program, Uzbekistan. And I'm talking about where you've got a high level of men.
Yes.
And then the women's program is considerably lower. This is another one of those countries. There's a chance for them to put paid to that idea. Let's see if Keldyurova gets on.
Zazel of Israel in the white. 6 of the Israeli athletes. We've got 3 in the finals, and we were looking at the results, the possibilities of wins and losses throughout the day for the Israeli. They've been very, very strong and consistent. 3 women's finals and 3 Israelis in the finals, 1 in each weight category.
Bezalel picked up a penalty there. Plenty of time left. Maybe it won't do any harm. Thought about the Tomoe-nage, and then for a moment it looked as though she was going to take her off to the side.
She's looking very strong out there, as you can see.
Good block though.
Uzbekistan looking very strong, but when she hit the Israeli, it was like there was nothing there. She just didn't make an impact at all. Drop Sianagi short of the entry. Lovely Uchimata attempt there, following it through down into the Niwaza. She's hooking behind that arm, crossing those legs over for the Sangaku.
Got to get her head out of there.
And tight, and she's a pilot. Oh, she's putting on the Sangaku Jimmy there from that angle.
She's trying to squeeze from there.
She's going from that.
Yeah. Keldyurova glad to get out of that one. Just couldn't get quite enough squeeze on. And the Uzbek is up on her feet. Minute and a half
Nice
left
drop
to go.
there from Uzbekistan again. She comes through.
Yeah, she was interested in a bit of Newaza. They're all having a go. Why not? Minute 20 odd left to go.
Well, it's a very close match. 1 minute and 9 seconds left. Only a Shido between them. Again, the Uchimata stepping right across. That combination. So Temiwaza there for Uzbekistan really didn't make much of an impact in that attack.
Yeah, blocked again. It's the second time she's had a go there. Ooh.
Once more, but a very poor attack there. And the referee might look at that, and seen it a couple of times now, but in the end, Shido being given.
Well,
Oh, another desperate attack there. Again, not moving her opponent. She's got to be very careful now on these drops and the Sutemi Wazas that she's attempting here. 16 seconds left in this contest.
She just went to the Sutemi Waza that little bit too often when it was failing.
We're now into the golden score, so just a Shido apiece. And straight off the mark is Israel. No Uchigari. Just didn't plant her opponent deep enough in that Uchigari. Again, Uchimata once more off with a hand on the belt, trying to get that leverage to turn her opponent over. Antalya, they're really dominating the golden score. Quite a few attacks just in the first 38 seconds, and I think the referee has most probably seen enough.
Bezalel's ready to go again, but she may end up just settling down because Kiliyorova has picked up a penalty in the golden score period. It's a second penalty, and that does for her. Unfortunately, that false attack penalty gives Ariel Bezalel of Israel the bronze medal.
Now this is a final that'll be coming up very shortly that I've been waiting to see. I think this is going to be quite an interesting one.
We've got the #1 seed up against the #2 seed. It's Gili Cohen of Israel to face Distria Krasniki of Kosovo. It'll be Cohen in the white judogi, Krasniki in blue.
Well, there's been head-to-head, and Krasniki defeating her opponent. 21, 25 years of age, very little as far as maturity is concerned, both the same grade, and even the wins are very close with 81. Cohen, as you can see, a road to that final. Both 2 matches apiece. Both defeating Cohen last year, Grand Slam in Baku, first place, Grand Prix in Tbilisi back in 2014, gold medal. Krasniki, Paris, she picked up the bronze medal, and Junior World Championships 2015 gold medalist. And 2 years ago, the Grand Prix Samsun was gold medalist here in Turkey. Well, Cohen, she's not surprising, comes out very feisty, strong, determined as the #1 seed. Teammate in the under 48s picked up the silver medal.
Cohen is 2 down in the head-to-head. She's going to go
Now
3
lovely
now.
Uchimata there and 3 down. It's looking like.
Yeah.
Well, she's come out really fighting, but she's very erratic here. She hasn't really settled, and her thought process hasn't even taken up with the caught up with the amount of work rate she's put out there. There's a lot of gripping, very erratic, but nothing settling at all at this moment. Krasniqi, as you can see, has got that right hand as she's reaching across onto the collar, trying to slow down her opponent. Blocks the drop Sianagi, now looks for the opportunity in the Niwaza. As you can see, she's trying to wrap the skirt of the jacket around the waist. Very effective turnover when you can get the skirt right under the opponent's waist. Krasniqi there looking for the Osotogari. She's got a very strong grip and now slowed the pace down. Cohen starting to look a little bit tied up there.
You know, as the number 1 seed, Cohen, you think, right, well, at least Kelmendi's not here. You know, I've got to have a shout at this, haven't I? And then look at that. What a beautiful piece of Ashiwaza.
Wonderful change of direction there. Took her completely off guard. You'd seen all the attacks previous was that Osota rear attacks and then switched to rotating with the Ashiwaza. Beautifully executed. 2 Wazaris up. Again, Krasniqi there with that right hand high collar grip, steps across with the Osota, follows through with the Niwaza, again piling the pressure on Cohen. Oh, lovely change of direction. Again, attempts. Ashiwaza following once more into the Niwaza. Under a minute left in this contest. Krasniqi is now just taking it up to another level.
A big ask now for Gilly Cohen to come back from this. Just hasn't shown any danger, really. Krasniqi never been in any real trouble.
Cohen there, as you can see, can hardly even get a grip of her opponent. She's really taking second best every time when they engage.
Sorry.
Once more, as you can see, Cohen desperately trying to get a grip, but it's a real battle here. She's breaking off, but she's got nothing to offer. And Krasniqi takes the gold medal in the under 52 kilo category, and a very convincing win there.
You know, there's sometimes when contests are just learning experiences. Maybe, you know, Cohen's going to have to take this one away and learn from this, because this is loss number 3. So Krasniqi able to walk away with the gold medal in the under 52 kilo category. Krasnicki showed some really lovely judo in
Yeah,
that
well,
contest, to be honest.
that Sasai Totoro Kobayashi was
Yeah.
lovely. The real
All
nice
round,
rotation, and she just took it. She hadn't showed that right for about 2.5 minutes. It was always to the rear, the Osotagaris and the drop Sienagis, and then all of a sudden that Sasai came through,
Yeah, it was lovely.
changing direction completely. It was beautifully executed. Maybe one of the nicest movements we've seen in these finals so far.
First of the bronze medals in the under 60 kilo category goes to Ahmet Şahin Kaba of Turkey. Yara Amatufshin of Mongolia receives his bronze medal. Silver medal goes to Bekir Ozlu of Turkey. And the gold medal goes to Guzman Kyrgyzbayev of Kazakhstan.
The prize money and flowers presented by competition manager of Antalya Grand-Prix, Mr. Mehmet Yılmaz.
Değerli izleyenler, sizleri Kazakistan'ın milli marşı için saygı duruşuna davet ediyoruz.
And now the national anthem of Kazakhstan. Two finals, two Kazakh anthems. Didn't see that coming this morning, did we? Or last night when we did,
No,
did our
definitely.
preview. I didn't.
No, definitely not.
Although we did, in all honesty, talk about
We said there was some
Galbal, right?
strength.
Yeah.
We said there was some strength behind them, but it's been very interesting, some of the results. And so far, we've got two Israelis in the finals and two silver medals.
Hey. Let's see where we're going to go with the next one. Then we've got the under 66 kilo category coming up, the first of the bronze medal matches, and that features a head-to-head between the two Mongolians, Davidoj Tumukhilek, the number 1 seed this morning, and the number 2 seed, Dovdon Altansuk. It's Davidoj in the white judogi, Dovdon in blue, and here is Loretta Kusak-Duel.
Thank you. So world ranking number 3 to number 6, Dovdon. But again, these two athletes, like we said, number 1 and number 2 seeds, both had strong opposition on their way through to the final, where we both thought that they would be in that final, and now find themselves both competing for the same medal, which will be very challenging indeed. Davidoj, the Grand Slam in Paris 2015, took the gold medal, and Grand Slam in Baku the same year, also a gold medal, and the Masters 2016 took a silver medal.
Just going to have to pick himself up a little bit here, Davidorj. He's been bruised and battered on this particular tour. I think they've been away for a couple of weeks, and this is the last one before they go back home. But you can see the scars that he's carrying.
Yeah, it's been very challenging all the way through in these this World Tour.
Still got that bandaging that he picked up in
Don't they have
Tbilisi.
the Asian Games coming up soon?
I'm not sure if he's going
Asian
to compete
Championships.
in the Asian Championships. Could be that they've got other plans for him.
Well, Dovdon, Asian champion 2016, and also gold medal in Ulaanbaatar Grand Prix back in 2016. Davidorj, the #1 seed in this weight category, but some very impressive results from Dovdon. Davidorj, as you see there, with the right hand high on the collar, controlling his opponent very nicely there, as Dovdon drops for Sianagin, totally dismissed by Davidorj. Picks up a Shido. Slight height advantage. Gives him that little bit of an edge when it comes to the grips. Seems to be able to get the first grip in, and as you can see, Dovdon trying to break away that right-handed high collar grip that's controlling quite nicely as he steps across him for the Uchimata. Doesn't follow through, but showing his capability. Davidorj there with the high collar grip. Little side skip there as he looks for the Kochi Gari. Sutemi Waza into the Niwaza. Dovdon, desperate attack there. Doesn't manage to follow through on that Sumigesh. You can see Davidorj there, left hand on the lapel, but trying to throw that right hand over, but then opts from underneath and drops Sianagi. Up the first Wazari there, and taking a comfortable lead in the last minute of this contest. Now looking to finish off in the Niwaza. Continuing to pile the pressure there. You can see an attempt to the Shimiwaza. Now tying up the upper part of his opponent's body. Davidorj now has to try and get that leg out. You see the drop Sianagi nicely controlled and scoring the Wazari. Bit of a clash there with the grip, and once more another little war wound to pick up on this tour. Doesn't seem to be very lucky when it comes to the head injuries that he's sustained throughout these tournaments. Davidoj now picks up Shido. Still leading comfortably though with seconds left with the Wazari. So Davidoj takes the bronze medal.
Does it look to you as though he's broken sweat there?
No.
It's difficult. He's got the bandage on his head, you know, but hey, nice piece of work. I thought Dovden would give him more of a run for his money.
I was expecting that as well, but Davidoj was just, he dominated the whole match throughout. He outgripped him. I think that slight height advantage there with that right hand on the high collar all the time. What was quite nice when they sort of greeted each other at the end, that little affectionate hug he wanted to give it to.
Sorry, mate.
But Davdon wasn't having any of it. It was, I've just lost. Still pretty sore, still pretty raw with them, so they can celebrate later on. See the drop Sianagi driving right through, and that was the
very good score. Yeah, very good score.
Nicely controlled at the end as well. It could have quite easily lost that.
And I like the fact that that's a nice illustration of grip and go. Take whatever grip you want. Double-sided grip, go.
Yes.
You attack right away. He has been battered on this trip.
Some injuries.
Right, we've got the second of the bronze medal matches coming up now. Baruch Shmailov of Israel faces Azamat Mukhanov of Kazakhstan. Shmailov in the white judogi, Mukhanov in blue, and it's another chance for the Kazakhs to get on the board. Here's Loretta.
Thank you, Sheldon. Shmailov, the bronze medal in Baku. Junior World Championships back in 2014, picked up a bronze medal, and also the Junior European Championships, a gold medal back in 2014.
I'm glad I'm not the only one then.
Have I got it wrong again?
I always say Shamilov.
Shamilov.
Right, yeah.
Oh,
it had to happen once. It had to happen once.
Do you know, ever since you've ever said that, I've always
But you've only said it once.
I've only said it once, and I've just said it now.
I've said it 5 or 6 times. You've got plenty to catch up. Don't worry. Shmailov in the white judogi, Mukhanov in blue. We're just going to call him Baruch. And the thing is, and Shamilov's not here this week. We were on a winner.
Where I was very cautious at the time where they were both together, only because of the mistakes you said you made.
I was waiting for them to go head to head. That would have been great.
That would have been just awful.
Commentator's nightmare. Anyway, it is Shmailov who steps up in the white judogi and Mukhanov in blue. And here's Loretta again.
Well, a real battle starting now with just trying to obtain the right grip. Nice strong grip there. Shmailov controlling, hooks through with the hips, looking for the Uchimata.
Ooh.
Very deep, but just lost that grip and drive forward.
Good effort.
Anticipated well from Mukhanov. You can see there Mukhanov trying desperately to control that left sleeve. As you can see, is the real danger as he hops in there with Uchimata. takes away the advertisement boards.
Kind of just giving him a little nudge there into the advertising, and Shmylov wasn't, you know, interested in the beginning, but after he felt a little bit of a push, he thought, hang on a minute, I'm not going to stand for that.
Shmylov dropping under his opponent. He sort of looked as if
he's
to say
having a look now.
and a bit of a sizing up there going on. Shmylov again once more throws that arm over. And that's the real danger for Mukhanov.
Maybe they've had some previous you know, training camp or something, you know. Anyway, we've had one of our staff come over there, a couple of our staff actually, to re-establish the advertising hoardings there. They're all back in place now. They are just finishing touches. See who goes into them next. It's all fun and games here in Antalya. Great! Oh yes! I'm surprised he didn't give the ippon for that.
That was directed straight back, and it looked so close for ippon.
Maybe he just got a bit of a landing and then on his back. We'll see it in the replay, but
A lovely Kosota.
yeah, onto his backside, then his back.
But again, right off that left hand, as you can see that again once more. The left hand on the collar, controlling quite nicely. Looking to take the sleeve combination. Well, just under a minute left in this contest. Shmylov leading quite comfortably now and has done all the work here. He's been very strong. Left-handed grip, high collar, controlling very nice with the Kosota Uchimata. Combination techniques there. Mukhanov just desperately trying to control tactically that left sleeve, but now he really has to start stepping it up to come through as he catches the belt.
Just blocked a little bit there, didn't he, with the forearm. He didn't fancy Mukhanov coming on to him, so he'll pick up a penalty for that. Picked it up from the drop, but he wasn't really looking at getting tied up with Mukhanov there.
Well, Mukhanov, as expected, is trying to follow on to his opponent. Leaves him a little bit vulnerable, but 10 seconds left. It's going to be very unlikely now he's going to manage to come back from what has been a very tough match. And Shmylov takes the bronze medal, and not Shamalov.
There was even a little nudge at the end there. Shmylov of Israel takes the second of the bronze medal. It's a reasonable little handshake as well. He held the hand out there.
Yes.
Of course, they only need to bow.
Branch.
Yep, they only need to bow. And he could have walked off after that, but not only did he bow, he also stood there and said, okay, I'll shake hands with you as well. So a tidy end to an interesting contest. There was the score. Onto his backside first and then down onto his back. So that's why the landing was given. That's why it was given Wazari and not ippon.
Oh, the thumb up there, he was happy with that. That little glance. I think that just says it all, really, doesn't it?
He's a hard man. Shmylov. so it showed in that particular contest. You know, not going to get past him easily. Yeah, good stare down as well.
Oh, look at that face. Well, a picture tells 1,000 words, doesn't it?
I love it. I love it.
Nice.
Right, we come now to the final of the under 66 kilo category. Bektu Rizmanbetov of Kyrgyzstan faces Abdullah Abdulshalilov of Russia. It's Rizmanbetov in the white judogi, Abdulshalilov in blue.
Well, Abdulshalilov representing Russia, Grand Prix, one gold medal back in 2016, and also a Grand Prix medal in Miami, which was a gold medal in 2015.
Yeah, when the Russians have sent him out, he's done a good job for them.
Grand
Yeah,
Prix in Zagreb as well in 2016, took a bronze medal. So he's always been around the medals when he's, like when you say, he's gone out.
the difficulty is that there's so many others at 66.
Being selected,
you know.
Out of the country.
So when you get a shot, you've got to really come up with the goods, or else next there's always someone waiting in the wings.
Well, this was one of the weight categories that both top seeds went out and didn't manage to get to that final. And these both athletes weren't the top seeds, one in the top 4, and have come through.
Well, I suppose Abdulshalilov, you could have expected something from him.
Oh, lovely attack there, wonderfully.
Because as you can see, he is a danger
Got
man.
very, very dangerous judo there. He does something so dynamic as that lift there with the Sioi, and then he drops on with an Ouchigari nowhere near the hooking of the leg onto one knee, and it could have been penalised for it with a second engaged attack.
Number 6 on the under 66 kilo category ranking list in Russia. He's number 6.
Oh.
Arsene Galstian, former Olympic champion.
And then the final here of this Grand Prix.
Kamal Khan Magomedov, Yakub Shamilov, who we've just spoken about, Mikhail Pulyaev, and Anzur Adanov. So poor old Abdulshalilov finds it hard to get a look in with that kind of quality.
And a lovely attack there. Abdulshalilov there with the Wazari on the board, a nice comfortable lead. 2 minutes and 43 seconds left in this contest. Rizmanbetov looking for the Sutemi Waza. Sorry there. Oh, and he just takes him off the wrong side.
Yeah, I'll have that.
Well, you say a wrong side. Is there a wrong or a right? If it scores, it's right.
As long as you continue to have control of your opponent, and you're controlling him in that direction. You know, you haven't lost control, and he falls off.
Oh.
Almost.
Oh, he did the Osogari, but at that time he tried to get his leg back out, and nearly fell over himself.
And even though he goes off what we refer to as the wrong side, you can see Abdulshalilov pushing him in that direction.
Still had control.
Yeah. Whereas if he comes over here, you know, you can see that if he goes here, he's still got control of him. So they give him the score. Wazari on the board for the Russian with 1:40 odd left to go. Things warming up now as Rizmanbetov looks to come back into this. Got
a little bit of a quick step there as he tries to come through with the Sutemi was. It wasn't as effective as I'm sure he hoped for, but now finds himself in a dangerous position in the Niwaza. Here's Mambetov with 2 Shidos on the board. One more would result in, and a lovely Uchimata, but again he lost control, fell to his supporting leg side.
They were both off the ground, weren't they?
Yep, off balance there. Well, 48 seconds left in this contest. One Wazari. Abduzalilov there just looking a little bit more defensive now. He's closed up slightly there. Just working off the grips and now just picking off his opponent as the pressure goes on. Ismabetov throws that right hand high over onto the belt. Maintains the grip even though his opponent spins under. Oh, there with the feet just took off. Lost a little bit of control and balance there. Well, Abduzalilov there just keeping control and takes the gold medal back to Russia. That should put him up the ranking slightly. And I'm just not talking the world ranking, I'm talking about the Russian ranking.
Yeah, well, it will. I mean, it's the IJF world ranking list that they go on, and it will push him up a few places, but you know the Russians do as they please. Let's take a look at some of the highlights.
Dear spectators, the award ceremony for the women under 52 kilo.
Değerli izleyenler, 52 kilo altı kadınlar için ödül töreni.
The medals are presented by Head Sport Director of the International Judo Federation.
Now we come to the awarding ceremony for the women in the under 52 kilo category. Let's take a look and see who the medalists are. The first of the bronze medals goes to Ariel Bezalel of Israel and to Nazakat Azizova of Azerbaijan. Silver medal goes to Gilly Cohen. The gold medal goes to Distria Krasniki of Kosovo.
The prize money and flowers presented by Vice President of the Turkish Judo Federation, Mr. Cemalettin Kumurcu.
Kosova'nın milli marşı için sizleri saygı duruşuna davet ediyoruz.
And now the national anthem of Kosovo.
Çok teşekkürler. Şimdi de judocularla aile fotoğrafı.
Right, let's take a look then at that lineup. Bezalel and Azizova were the bronze medalists. Cohen took the silver and the gold went to Krasniki. We've got one more weight category to bring you. 3 contests in that weight category. We'll have the 2 bronze medal contests and then the final. And the first of the bronze medal contests features Zenia Beldiagina of Kyrgyzstan. She's up against Becky Livesey of Great Britain. It's Beldiagina in the white judogi, Livesey in blue. I'll tell you what, this young woman from Kyrgyzstan is not bad.
She is
not
very
bad.
strong.
Okada Hirotake is the referee for this one. Here is Loretta.
Thank you very much. No, like you say, this is going to be a very tough match for Livesey. Becky Livesey, 62 in the world ranking, 10 ippons to 4. On paper, she looks the stronger of the opponents, but on performance, this is something to watch. You can see there, Beldiagini just approaching the mat here. Becky Livesey, a Grand Prix best results, a Grand Prix in Zagreb, a bronze medal. Junior European Championships back in 2015, a bronze medal, and European Open in Tallinn 2016 silver medal. Beldiagini really don't have the results for this young lady, but nevertheless she's had an outstanding performance today and someone you can't write off. Beldiagina there with the right hand around her opponent's back, trapping the left side of Livesey, and we know she has a lovely uchimata on that left side. So straight away there's a block to overcome from this young lady from Great Britain.
What was it that Beldiagina threw earlier on well, and that kind of caught me off guard. I thought, wow, that was didn't see that one coming. She threw Nazlıcan Özal of Turkey. That was one. It must have been in the repechage contest then. Livesey was able to avoid getting caught up in the shimiwaza there.
Kutsenko.
Kutsenko. Yeah, Kutsenko. Yeah, we can have a look at that later on just to see what it was that she caught her with, but she gave her quite a whacking actually. I'll have to go back and have a look at that one.
Becky Livesey looking to, as you can see with that cross grip, left hand round the back, hooks in, comes across with the Uchimata into the Makikomi, follows it through, and well, she's very strong down in the Niwazo, very comfortable there. Looking for an opening down in the groundwork. Didn't have much time there to explore. Well, the Wazari that was given is now taken off the board for Livesey.
Have to do it again.
All over again. Tai Toshi just leant too back on a supporting leg. Lost the balance.
Wasn't quite, yeah, she wasn't quite set, was she, for that?
Again, tries it once more. Very, very similar way of attacking. Just under 2 minutes left in this contest. Again, that left hand over the tops, nice and strong. Opponent comes round the back, and a lovely attack.
That will be
there.
the score
that
now.
was nice.
Yeah, there was the Ojigari to begin with, wasn't there?
Little bit of a bounce off
Yeah.
it, a kick back from the Ochi, and taking her off there. Scoring a Wazari, which was a nice attack. Just see again here. Ochi again, but this time driving it off to the opposite side. An attempt of a Sutemi Waza there.
Well, it's a nice stage for Beldiagina to be trying to make a comeback here, because we've got a minute. It's enough time for her to get into it, and just about enough for Livesey to see if she can fend her off. Let's see what happens here.
Well, if Beldiagini doesn't step it up as far as the pace is concerned, at this moment she's quite comfortable. Livesey is quite happy to stay at that pace. She it's more calculating, she can see it coming, and she can read the contest very well. So for Beldiagini to have any impact, she's got to really rough this up a little bit. She's got to change and put a bit of a shock factor into it.
And that half minute is gone.
And she's very predictable at this moment. There's nothing really new that's come out in the last minute and a half. So for Livesey, it's just a matter of controlling, staying strong, being first, and here the clock ticks away quite nicely as she does some Niwaza. As you can see, a sneaky look up at the clock there as she tries to kneel through and take that leg out, but she'll be quite happy to take that bronze medal.
Absolutely.
Back to Great Britain.
I just expected Beldiagina to give Livesey a little bit more trouble from what I'd seen early on.
Sometimes it's the problem of you don't get that many left-handers, and
Different styles,
a different style of
Yeah.
grip in a left-hander coming out and sort of just catching her off guard. Someone maybe she doesn't compete against, and maybe something she's got to work on is a left-handed athlete, because she did seem troubled by that left. The original sort of tactics was to control that left, and she wasn't able to do a very good job at that.
Happy times. One-upmanship with their sister and brother.
Yes.
Yeah, medalled in
What
a
a
Grand
family,
Prix.
isn't it?
Right, let's have a look at some of the highlights from this one, and then we'll come back with the second of the bronze medal contests. Right, coming up next, the second of the bronze medal contests in the under 57 kilo category. Sevara Nishambayeva of Kazakhstan faces Serekbata Khulan of Mongolia. It's Nishambayeva in the white judogi, Serekbata in blue.
Nishambayeva, 23 years of age, first dan, 10 wins under her belt and world ranking number 33. Serekbata, 54 in the world ranking, 20 years of age, 3 years her junior, 4 wins under the belt. So this, on paper, looks like it could go to Nishambayeva. As we've seen quite a few times throughout this tournament, the strongest doesn't always prevail. Both athletes coming into the arena. Approaching the mat, Serekbata looks very comfortable and very confident out there. Nishambayeva, 4 Grand Prix medals and 1 World Cup medal.
Oh, gripping penalty there for Serekbata. And that's from going inside the sleeve.
Very, very silly mistake to make.
It's the only one really that you will get, immediately.
Yes.
Give you a little bit of time to set up and do something, but with that one, you get that immediately. There are all sorts of grips. But Serekbata just holding on to the arm a little bit there. Nishambayeva maybe able to apply a little bit of pressure before the referee called mate after she got lifted off the tatami there. And just to finish off on that bit on the gripping, see both fighters there.
Well, Nishambayeva is one of those athletes that's really impressed me today. She's very compact, powerful athlete, and there she hooks in with the Osodamaka Komi, scoring a Wazari. Serekbata initiated the attack, but Nishambayeva really didn't fluster at all, and
there's the arm
the
again.
arm lock. That's twice now that we've seen that with the in a minute and a half.
I just like the idea that Nishambayeva was given a little bit longer that time. Did you see that?
Yes.
He just had a look, think, let me see if you've, if this is going to work here, this Kensetsu Waza.
Uchigari, but counted into the Uchimata. Hooked in for the Osodamaka Komi. Nice attack there. So Wazari each, making this bronze medal final very interesting and still open. Over halfway now. Well counted. Anticipated very well there. Segabata doing the drop. Sianagi left herself wide open. Here she dropped, leaving herself very vulnerable, countered quite nicely there. Scoring the second was Ari.
Now got to go. Yeah, she comes up,
so
yeah.
again,
If
one
you can
for
do
one.
it.
Oh. Well, they're not making it easy for each other.
Good little battle here. 4 scores we've had. We've still got another
Still
minute to come.
go.
Can't ask for more, can you?
No.
Yeah,
6.
four scores. Still a minute to go.
Very interesting. Nishabayeva has got her 2 wazaris based on counters. Sort of reacting off the Mongolians' initiation. Oso Tagari driving off. Hooks behind the arm there for the Sangaku turn.
Nishibayeva looks tight there. Can't get through.
She's very, very strong. Throughout the day, she's been very impressive.
This is it then. Half a minute to go. Someone going to go for it big and end it before golden score, or...
Well, that would be the nicest way, wouldn't it? To keep it in the time.
What about the Makikomi? It ended up as a bit of a dive. The Mongolian desperate there to ask for a penalty. Leave it up to the referee, he'll let you know.
Well, I think if it goes into golden score, she does have the advantage, and maybe that's why she's looking for that penalty. So there isn't any advantage into the golden score.
Well, 2 scores, a penalty apiece, and now we are in golden score.
Couldn't ask for any
Yep.
closer.
Finally balanced. No, too far away.
Very poor drop there, and she's got to be careful because there's nothing much between them, but it will be down to either who makes that mistake, and this is where you get a little bit nervous when they ask them to tidy the gi up.
You see, it didn't do anything.
It didn't have any movement
Yeah.
to it. It was a desperate attack, and quite sad to see if it goes to a Shido that it went on something that was so poor, considering the match itself was very interesting.
Yeah. And she ended up giving that away up
She
until
did,
that
definitely.
point. You know, which way was it going to go? Difficult to say.
Yeah. So,
She just makes that one.
well, a very
flop.
happy lady there,
Yeah.
going back to Mongolia with the bronze medal.
Yeah, she dodged that bullet,
Segabata.
didn't she? She just didn't move her opponent sufficiently to have it count
No.
as a genuine attack, and it was a real shame. She'd done so much up to that. Both fighters
Both of them
had given it a good
yes.
go.
It
Yeah.
was just a shame it went on a penalty rather than a score, because both
Yeah.
of them are very capable of throwing, and that was just under pressure slightly and dropped in something that up until then most probably was one of the poorest attacks that she put in.
Shame, really, because they'd given us some reasonable entertainment up until that point. Okay, we've got the final of the under 57 kilo category coming up next. Nora Zhakova of Kosovo faces Timna Nelson-Levy of Israel. It's Zhakova in the white judo gi, Nelson-Levy in blue. Last one for the day. Which way is this one going to go?
Well, Jakova Nora has quite an impressive record. As you can see here, 60 wins under a belt, 31 by Ippon, and ranked 15th in the world. Her opponent Nilsson ranked 23. Slight difference in ranking, but there's some really strong results for both these athletes. Jacobo Grand-Prix Tbilisi, second European Championships back in 2016. Picked up a bronze medal, and at the European Championships stroke Games back in 2015, a bronze medal too. Nilsson in Baku this year picked up the bronze medal in the European Championships. Also, the same year, picked up the second bronze medal in the European Championships.
Here's an interesting question for you, Loretta. We've had Distra Krasniki of Kosovo onto the mat already. She's taken gold. Extra pressure for Jakova because her teammates taken gold, or is it Nelson Levy because two of her teammates have been out there and they've both lost?
They've both lost.
They've both got lots of pressure on them.
Yeah.
Jakova is following her teammate who's taken the gold medal. There's pressure on her to come up here and perform. Nelson Levy's following her two teammates who've both been in the final and they've both lost. There's loads of pressure on her.
I think Jakova is most probably on more of a high because it's a situation. Mentally, you would say, if my teammate can do it, she's just won a gold medal, so can I. And it's for Nilsson, the pressure even more. We've had two finals and two silvers, and that tension from that coach.
It's down to me now.
It's down to me. I've got to do it. Yeah. So I think Nilsson most probably is under more strain than Jakova. Well, Nilsson looks to be in a little bit of trouble there.
The other thing that is difficult for Nelson Levy is that she's been up against Jakova on 3 occasions. She's been up against Jakova on 3 occasions and lost all 3.
So there's that extra pressure there, knowing that she's never actually defeated her yet.
This is number 4, so the head-to-head is not looking good. He just picked up the penalty. Almost came up with the
lovely combination technique there for Nelson. She did the Ojigari and then was slipping over for the Kosota. So that was a lovely, gutsy combination there.
A stalemate there. Jakova looks to break that. Turning on to the right side and thinking about the Makikomi, but wasn't really set for it. And now she has to defend on the ground.
Well, just halfway now. Only Nelson with the Shido on the board.
Good physical matchup, isn't it?
Very, very similar in the way they look. Opting, as you can see, Nelson's got a very strong right hand and she drives over to that one corner.
Minute 20 odd.
Both very apprehensive engagement here.
Finely balanced. Oh, a bit of a whack.
Well, I think both of them should pick up the Shido, but they've actually given it to Jakova. Very surprised because both of them were pushing away. Jakova there, strong, right high collar grip. Right to right, and she's drawing her opponent onto a hip into the Makikomi. You could see that happening, a couple of wee steps back, drawing her opponent's head down, and then just taking her time as she hooked across for the Makikomi.
And the important thing for me was she kept hold
Kept that
of
sleeve, she
that
didn't
sleeve,
lose
yeah.
it. She kept the sleeve and the head and also the elbow tucked in quite nicely, so she was drawing pressure on her opponent as she was dragging her forward. Well, Nilsson is stepping up now. The pressure, she throws that right hand, trying to get it over on the high collar. Totally dismissed by Jakova. He gets her right collar grip. Nelson picking up the second Shido now. 18 seconds to go. Well, it looks like Jakova will take this gold medal home to Kosovo. It was a good match, but Jakova takes the 4th win again over Nilsson and the gold medal with that. And sadly for the Israelis, they had 3 finals and 3 silver medals, so
Now,
3 losses. And we were talked about this, didn't
right
we?
at the beginning. Is it going to be, you know, golden day for Israel, or is it going to be it ain't happening? Well, unfortunately, it didn't happen.
Well,
However,
they got the bronze medals, so they won matches.
and they ended up with
So
3 silvers.
So when you actually think about it, they had 6 in those medal positions. They got 3 wins and 3 losses, so 50-50.
When Shani Hershko goes home and they say, how did the team do? We got 6 medals. Hey,
6
not
medals.
bad. You know? And then, of course, he's got to explain, well,
Very
we lost
impressive.
3 finals. Who did he
Yes.
lose the finals to? Nora Jakova, a top draw fighter in the under 57 kilo category. Distra Krasniki, only second to the Olympic champion in
yes.
Kosovo. You know, so it's not bad.
It's a good number of medals when you're looking at a European Championships coming up very soon. Nice preparation, isn't it? Just shows you the depth that they have at this moment, the Israeli team. Very strong athletes and a solid performance throughout. At the moment on the first day, they must be one of the top seeds on the medal table.
Değerli izleyiciler, 66 kilo altı erkekler için ödül töreni.
The medals are presented by Education and Coaching Director of the International Judo Federation, Mr. Mohammed Berija. The bronze medalists are for Israel, Baruch Shoilov.
Right, we've got the awarding ceremony in the under 66 kilo category. The medals are being presented by the IGF Education and Coaching Director, Mr. Mohammed Marija, and the first to receive his bronze medal is Baruch Shmailov of Israel. Davidosh Temerkeleg received his bronze medal shortly after that, and the silver medal went to Bektur Rizmanbetov of Kyrgyzstan. The gold medal is being presented now to Abdul Shalilov of Russia. And the former president of the Turkish Judo Federation presenting the checks and floral tributes, that's Fatih Uysal.
Değerli izleyiciler, Rusya Federasyonu'nun milli marşı için lütfen saygı gösterin.
And now the national anthem of Russia.
Çok teşekkürler.
Family picture with judoka.
Şimdi de judocularla aynı fotoğrafı.
Shmailov and Tumurkaleg were the bronze medalists. Brisman-Betov took the silver, and it was Abdul Shalilov who took the gold. Stay with us, we'll bring you some highlights from today's judo, and then we'll be back with the last of the awarding ceremonies. That'll be the under 57 kilo category. Let's see what the team have been able to put together from the highlights.
Dear friends, we waited for the last awarding ceremony for women under 57 kilo.
Değerli izleyiciler, 57 kilo altı kadınlar için son ödül törenine geçiyoruz.
You will see the highlights of this final block on the screen.
Önceki final müsabakalarının ödüllerini ekrandan takip edebilirsiniz.
The awarding ceremony for women under 57 kilo.
57 kilo altı kadınlarda ödül törenine geçiyoruz.
The medals are presented by President of Kosovo Judo Federation, Mr. Andron Kuka. The bronze medalists are for Mongolia, Zerek Balatar, Finland, and for Great Britain, Belki Lisi.
And now the medals are being presented to the competitors in the under 57 kilo category. The bronze medals went to Sedekbata Kulan of Mongolia and Becky Livesey of Great Britain. Silver medal went to Timna Nelson Levy of Israel. The gold medal went to Nora Zhakova of Kosovo.
Presented by former president of the Turkish Judo Federation, Mr. Natik Georgia.
Well, we hope you've enjoyed today's broadcast, and Loretta Cusack and I will be back tomorrow for day 2 of competition from the Antalya Grand Prix. We're looking forward to 4 more categories tomorrow, when we'll bring you action from the under 63 and under 70 kilo category for women, and the under 73 and under 81 kilo categories for men. But from Loretta Cusack, Doyle and myself, it's bye-bye for now.
Goodbye from me.
And now the national anthem of Kosovo.